Stories. And this is sort of a walkthrough of old classic country music songs, a historical tour, if you will, a medley of classic songs, and like I say, you'll know them. And of course, this has got to start with the granddaddy of modern country song music. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You cry, cry, cry to sleep, but sleep won't come for a night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you. When tears come down like morning rain, you toss around the cold night day. You woke the phone the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Like I say, this is not a minute. This is not the whole song. I'm just going to give you a little taste. It's a smorgasbord, if you will, of classic country songs. And of course, if you're going to sing Hank, you got to sing this one. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. It sounds too blue to fly. That midnight train is burning. I so lonesome I could cry. I never known a night like this. Time goes crawling by. The moon went this time to pull out to hide his face and cry. And then, of course, if you're going to sing old country songs, you got to go back to Johnny Cash. So let me go back to Old John. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Oh, you're mine. I walk the line. It may be very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone these days through. I'll admit that I'm a fool for you, because you're mine. I won't lie. As sure as night is dark and day is light, I find you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it's right, because you're mine. I walk the line. And of course there's this one that was written by June, but actually made famous by Johnny. I want to thank the Santa Fe Arts Selection Committee for letting me perform before you today. I do know that one of the reasons they wanted me up here was because of Gamble Rogers. So now let me tell you about Gamble Rogers.
Gamble Rogers was a 20th century troubadour that entertained all over north central Florida and made us laugh and made us cry with his sensitivity and his compassion and his art. He was a true artist in the best sense of the word and a true human being. The Bible says that greater love hath no man than he would lay down his life for his friends. Well, Gamble Rogers laid down his life for a perfect stranger over on Flagler Beach about 20 or so years ago. Man was drowning in the riptide. Gamble went out to save him and lost his own life. Well, if he were here, I know he would want you to know where art comes from, and so I want to sing a song for you that one of Gamble's favorites. Don't know if he wrote it, but it's one of his favorites. Here's the song. Well, I was down at the hen house on my knees, and I thought I'd heard a chicken sneeze, but it was only the rooster saying his prayers, thanking the Lord for the hens upstairs. Well, the rooster's praying, and the hens are laying, and the little pullets are plugging along the best way they know how. Well, here I go talking about chickens at the Spring Art Festival, and I don't know any more about chickens than Gamble Rogers did when he used to sing this song back in the day down at the Beef and Bottle on 13th Street. And I'll tell you this. If you want to buy chickens in Ocklawaha County, that's where Gamble's from, the place to go is still Arundale's Purina store on the square, Snipes Falls. You can get more than chickens in Arundale. Yeah, you can get philosophy. Just go around the corner of the building to the loading ramp which fronts the county courthouse. For it is here on this humble presidium that there has gathered from time out of mind a sophisticated circle of rustic sages and philosophers who, through the assiduous cultivation of dialectic and discourse and the subtle implementation of aphorism and epigram, have set in place a philosophy of existence posited on one dazzlingly simple revelation. Life is what happens to you while you're making other plans. Well, now, when I was just a young boy, just a kid, my dear mother would tell me, son, don't you go down in front of that loading ramp listening to those old men talk that talk. Why not, Mother? I said. She said, because you haven't got the judgment. Well, how do I get judgment, Mother? She said. She said, judgment is not something that you just go out and get. Judgment is a thing conferred upon you by experience. What's experience? I said. Well, she said, never mind. Well, I went down that loading ramp. I confronted those philosophers. I said, hey, what's experience? They said, experience is what you get when you didn't get what you really wanted. Well, after that, I never cared a flip about judgment. And this song was always playing on the radio when I was down there. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? I'm about cooking something up with me. Hey, sweet baby, don't you mean baby? Give me some of that old time recipe. I got a $5 food and a $2 bill. I know a spot right over the hill. Make soda pop and the dance is free. If you want to have fun, come along with me. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? I'm about cooking something up with me. I'm about cooking something up with me. Well, I think this is, I need to go back and tell you another Gamble story. You see, Gamble Rogers grew up in Ocklawaha County pretty much in the 50s. And as he would say, when he was growing up, there wasn't much doing. On Saturdays after the Cub Scout meeting, our mothers would take us down to the Baby Grand Theater for the Saturday matinee. The Baby Grand. We had one here, the Florida State Theater. We'd go down there on Saturday and Thursday, and during the summer about every day. Well, the Baby Grand, a dank, cavernous mouth of a place, decorated in Renaissance redneck, smelled like a Byzantine pissoir. Byzantium, you know, that's Constantinople, over in the Middle East. The reason it smelled so bad was because the camels didn't have anywhere to go eat. Yeah, Gamble and his friends would sit down there every Saturday afternoon and scarf up on those Junior Mints, Jujubes, Necco wafers, Jordan almonds, Milk Duds, and Sugar Daddies. Remember those little Sugar Daddies? Sticky things. Well, armed with a flexible popsicle stick and a transcendent juvenile desire to confound gravity, you could catapult that Sugar Daddy up to the ceiling and get caramel stalactites hanging down all over that bat cave. And here's my little friend, High-Low Poindexter, right in the middle of the picture, slipping out into the lobby with a box of buttered popcorn hidden under his shirt. He steps over to the water fountain, steps on the switch, directing a clandestine crescent of clear water into the popcorn box, turning its contents into a soggy, glutinous, viscous vegetable mass of oily corruption and putrescence. He would then slip back up into the balcony of the theater. The patrons there below would be startled to hear, out of the Stygian void above, the stentorian sound of gastronomic distress, as Hilo would lean far out over the parapet, broadcasting the popcorn tart wise over their heads and shoulders, all the while going, Well, my friends, they scattered like quail down there. In no time at all, Hilo Poindexter was in authoritarian hands. Big Bubba, the projectionist, meanest man in Ocklawaha County. A man so mean, his shadow would paralyze an armadillo. A man so ugly, he had to ambush breakfast. Yeah, he snatched Hilo up by his shirt collar, and he hit Hilo. He said to Hilo, "Boy, I'm going to hit you on the head so hard, you're going to have to unbutton your collar to eat." Well, right at the nick of time, right out of nowhere, just like the cavalry, comes Agamemnon Jones. Agamemnon Jones, the head philosopher at Arundel's Purina store, and the only man in Ocklawaha County with the sand and the substance to belly up to that moon-eyed behemoth, Big Bubba. He snatched Hilo out of Bubba's prehensile paws, and he commenced to tell Big Bubba, in no uncertain terms, that this kind of prankishness was a perfectly human defect of character common to all small boys, and that he, Big Bubba, had best not blame Hilo for being human. Unless, of course, he were to make a habit of it. And this song was always on the radio on the way home. Goodbye, Joe, we got to go, me oh my oh. We got to pull down the P-road down the bayou. Big guitars, two-flute jar, and big A.O. Son of a gun's gonna have big fun on the bayou. Okay, I got one more and then I'm done, right? Out of here. Raise your hand if you know it. He said, "I love you till I die." She told him, "You forget in time." As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. He kept her picture on the wall, and it praised him now and then, and he loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back again. He went to see her yesterday, and he never shed no tears, all dressed up to go away. He said this time he's rid of her for good. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door as they carried him away. He stopped loving her today. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door as they carried him away. He stopped loving her today.
Mr. Pete
Thank you all for
Enwall.
having me. Have me back next year if you liked it. Tell the committee you liked it. Hear more from more Gamble Rogers. Maybe ask them for 10 or 11 next year.
Keeping alive the Florida folk tradition. Thank you very much, Mr. Enwall, for coming.